Before this competition, I only did one FMC attempt. That was just using pure CFOP, no block building, no NIS, just CFOP. And I somehow managed to get these lucky as hell scrambles at Melbourne Summer. So let's go over them. Alright, so here's the first scramble. So for the first solve, I actually did it on Blue Cross, so I know a lot of you aren't color neutral, including myself, but I can kind of use other colors for very slow solving. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to put white at the back, where blue was, and then hopefully some of you will be able to follow along. So here's the scramble on screen. So what I saw was we have two cross pieces solved, and we have an edge solved, and we have this edge here and this edge here. So what I can do to solve the cross, I can just do D2, insert blue, D2, insert green. But I don't have to do that. Since I have the blue-red edge here, what I can do is I can do D2, and then once I have this blue-red here, what I can do is I can insert this corner, like this, and then once I do D2, and then this move is like irrelevant, we have an X cross, and that's finding a more efficient way to solve one pair while solving the cross. But I also saw something else. If I just do the first move, then if I do L to insert this, to insert the corner it starts with an L prime. So we were right here, so what I can do is just do D2, and then I can cancel into inserting this corner, just like this, then place this down and do another D2 to solve the X cross. So that actually cancels a few moves. So now I have this cross edge, and you could just place it down, but what can actually be useful is doing a U move of any sort, because this doesn't affect the cross or the pair, and basically that can lead to more interesting solutions later on. So what I actually did is a U2 and then insert the cross piece, because as you'll see later on there's something. So from now on it's pretty simple. Solve red and green, solve blue and orange like this, and then solve green and orange like this. If you know your PLL, or if you know your OLLs very well, I think you can tell why I was so excited when I saw this, because this is a 7-move OLL into a PLL skip, which was extremely lucky. So I think that solve was like 36 moves, which was ridiculous considering I did not practice FMC at all. I did one solve the day before just to make sure I knew what I was doing. And I get a 36 move solve, which if you're doing like really advanced NIS block building, skeleton stuff, then I guess it's not that good. But considering all I did was just use CFOP and just trying to save as many moves, that was pretty crazy. Unfortunately, I DNF'd the second scramble, but it was so bad that I'm not even going to talk about it. Honestly, I think this third scramble, I think it was one move more, like a 37, but I like this solution a lot better because I think it's just a lot cooler. And good news, I actually used white cross, so we can scramble this how we would normally, and let's get started. So what I did was I saw the white cross pieces here, 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 and here. So how I solved this was insert orange, like that. Now I'm gonna do the manipulation trick again, which is basically to do any move that doesn't affect the cross pieces. So in this case that would be B. So what I can do is just do any B move, and that can lead to interesting results. So here I think I did a B move. Then I can solve the rest of the cross like this. We do a D, U, and then I can insert these cross pieces. Now what I saw was a pair right here, and I wanted to preserve this. Now I could do an RUR prime, and then that takes it out. But what I actually did was an RU to R prime, because if you notice, we have this blue-red pair, and if you do RU to R prime on this, it pairs them up also. So what I can do is RU to R prime, and that takes out this pair while pairing the red and green, which is quite crazy. So I could do D2 to finish the cross, so it was quite long, but I got 2 free pairs out of it. So we'll just continue as normal, insert the red green. And then we have the blue red. Now what I could do, and this is actually really crazy as well, if you know what this is, if I just insert this, we have the orange green paired up. But what I did instead was a sledgehammer, which is the same amount of moves, and it still pairs them up. And you'll see why I did this later. So we do U2 and then solve this. and then we have another 3 pair, which is quite ridiculous. But here's the crazy part. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert this pair, and I'll show it from the back. Now take a look at this. Now some of you will just realize how crazy this is. So this right here is a ZBL case, and it goes like this. Well, the first 2 moves are R2, D prime, and then it just goes like this. So that alone was pretty lucky. But guess where this pair was? It was here. So if I do U prime, R prime, U R, and then I go into an R2 for the first move of the ZBL, then I can actually cancel inserting this pair. So how that's done is I can do U prime and do R prime, U, R prime, and then D prime, and then go into the ZBL, which is just mental. So in case that was too hard to comprehend, I'll just do another walkthrough. So insert the cross piece, do a bit of manipulation, D move, insert these cross pieces, do RU to R prime to take this out and pair this, do a D2, insert the red green, sledgehammer the blue red, and then we have another 3 pair, and this 3 pair which I cancelled into a ZBL. It's definitely not the luckiest thing in the world, but considering that was only my 4th FMC attempt ever, I think it's pretty crazy that I was able to find that. I want to know if you've ever gotten a luckier FMC solve like this. With pure CFOB, I feel like this one might be hard to beat. I mean, I've only done 4 attempts, so there's probably lucky scrambles out there. But at least for me, this is just honestly crazy. I don't know if I'll beat it. Alright, thanks for watching, like and subscribe for more, and I will see you next time.